Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Noelle. If you are new here, I started a new series called Things I Wish I Would Have Known, and for episode 3 today, we're going to be talking about things I wish I would have known before becoming a content creator. I have 10 tips or things I wish I would have known to share with you today, so we're going to get right into it with number 1. Number 1 is there are 2 parts to becoming a content creator. I feel like a lot of people glamorize the idea of becoming a content creator as they have to make videos and that's it, but there is the business aspect of becoming a content creator and there's the actual content creator part of being a content creator. Both parts are as equally important. One part is a lot less fun than the other part, and I think that sometimes people forget that when you're a freelancer, when you're self-employed, you actually are doing the business aspect of your company as well. And genuinely, that is what takes the most time for me. So just be mindful of that before becoming a content creator. You need to kind of figure out the business aspect of it first. A lot of people do it one of 2 ways. You can either do it completely on your own, or you can hire help. And you can hire help in a few different ways, whether that be having a manager, doing your contracts for you, finding your brand deals for you, managing your brand deals for you. You can hire people to do your finances, to do your taxes, that sort of thing. Or if you're doing it by yourself, I do everything by myself. I've tried management before. It did not work out for me. So when I'm saying I do the business part of it, I read contracts, I do all of my expenses and income reports, and I actually do hire someone out to do my taxes because there's no way I'd be able to do my taxes by myself. But just keep in mind that being a content creator is essentially running a business as well, so it is not just the fun part of making the videos and being done with it, especially when you're first starting out and you can't afford to hire help, or maybe you're just starting out so you're not big enough to get a manager. You will be doing a lot of these things by yourself, so just be mindful of that. Number 2 is something that I just recommend to people from the get-go is when you start making content, use your voice. Be your unique personality, be yourself, show up as yourself as you would in real life. And I think that's how you're going to build a genuine community, and a community that's going to connect with you for being you. And that's going to make it sustainable. It's going to make it a lot less likely that you run into burnout. Faking a personality that is not yours, or maybe not even showing your personality in your videos, is not going to be an easy way to maintain and grow on social media. So show up as yourself. I think that's the easiest thing to do in the first place. That is just something that I tell everybody when they tell me that they want to become a content creator, is when picking a niche, picking things that you want to talk about, just show up as yourself. Talk about stuff that you love and genuinely enjoy, and it's going to be a lot easier to show up consistently. Kind of piggybacking off of that, number 3 is to pick a niche. There's a lot of different opinions on whether you should niche down when you are starting social media, and in my opinion, the best way to do it is when you first start posting, pick a few niches, pick a few interests that you have, and post in those categories. What does the best? What do you enjoy talking about the most? What makes for the best content? Once you post for a few weeks in a few different niches, pick a niche that you want to focus on. Make sure that it's something that you enjoy talking about and that you can talk about for a long period of time. The best way and the easiest way to grow very quickly is to pick a niche and stick to it and make educational content. Now, once you're established and you have that community, that's when I would recommend starting to introduce different parts of your lives. Once you are established, you've grown, you have a community, that's when I would recommend introducing different parts of your lives and having sub-niches, subcategories that you talk about on your social media channels. I'll take my page for example. When I first started, I was strictly posting photography content. I'm a photographer, that is what I like to talk about, it's what I like to teach about, so that is what I found easiest to start out with when I started posting. Once I established a community and I had gained a following, I started introducing other parts of my life. I love to travel, so I started sharing travel vlogs. I'm in the middle of dating as a single woman in her 20s, so I started sharing dating stories. I started sharing other aspects of my life, and people were actually interested because I had already built this community that was interested in me and my personality and how I share content. That's my strategy. That's what I would recommend if you haven't started posting yet and you are curious how to start. That's how I would start. Number 4 is to research successful content creators, and successful could mean a lot of things. whatever that means in your eyes, whether it's just you like their aesthetic or you like the way that they post, you like how often they're posting, whatever it is, find people that you enjoy watching their content and use them as inspiration. Do not copy them because, again, I said to show up as yourself. If you're copying someone else, that's not showing up as yourself, but use them as inspiration. Research on their page what's doing well, what works for them, how are they growing, everything like that, but don't copy them. Don't copy anybody because otherwise you're not being authentic to yourself, and that's the best way to grow a community. Number 5 is to be consistent. Consistency can look a lot different to different types of people, but it's important to know that you're not going to grow and build this community when you're posting 2 times a month, random content. So showing up consistently could look like posting every single day. It could look like posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every single week. You post those 3 days. Whatever consistency looks like to you, it's very important to show up and be consistent in a pattern. When I first started posting, I was posting 3 to 5 times a day. The algorithm is a lot different now on TikTok, but that's what I was posting when I first started, and I did grow very fast. I think I hit 100,000 followers in 2-3 months. So showing up consistently can be very important for growth and also community. I don't think it's completely necessary to post every single day, but it is necessary to show up consistent in whatever way that means to you. Number 6 is to connect with other creators. I feel like sometimes people look at other creators like competition when in reality we have a community. It is a community. You can connect with people, you can collaborate with people. It's important to connect and make sure that you're interacting with other people's content and engaging in other people's accounts. Other creators are not competition. We're all on the same team. We're all trying to do the same thing, and there's room for all of us to grow, and I think it works better when you find people that you can lean into their content, you can comment on their posts, you can collaborate with them on content. I think it's really fun when big creators that you see on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, when they don't necessarily live in the same cities, but they're online friends, and then when they are in the same cities, you see them make videos together, and then it's like your 2 favorite people that you've been following are friends in real life. It creates this really cool sense of community, so viewing other creators as a community rather than competition. Number 7 is be adaptable. This could mean so many different things, but be adaptable with the algorithm. TikTok is not the same platform that it used to be in 2021 when I first started posting that it is now. It's completely different. Be adaptable with the algorithm. Be adaptable with program. Be adaptable with platforms, whether that's current platforms that we have or new platforms that pop up. The only way to be successful is to adapt with these platforms. We don't own these platforms. These platforms work the way that they do, and they want us to work with their algorithms. So just being open to continuing to learn and change your content based on the algorithms and the platforms. Number 8 would be hire someone to do your taxes. Back to the business aspect of being a content creator, there's a lot that goes into the financial aspect of it, and being a creator, doing taxes is not as simple as a normal job would be. So I would highly recommend hiring a professional that knows what they're doing so that you're not accidentally messing up your taxes. Being self-employed means you pay taxes differently. I'm obviously not a professional. I hire someone to do that for me. So find someone that you trust, find someone that will do that for you to make sure that you're doing it correctly and you're not breaking any laws. Number 9 kind of goes along with the tax aspect of it, but if you are keeping spreadsheets for your tax purposes of your income and your expenses, which you should be, make sure that you're doing that throughout the year, like once a month or every 2 weeks. Sit down and fill out your income, fill out your expenses. Make sure that you are doing it throughout the year, because at the end of the year, if you don't do any of it, I've done this multiple years in a row, if you don't do it throughout the year, it's extremely hard, and you're definitely going to miss things that you would have not missed if you were doing it throughout the year. Again, I am not a professional in this aspect at all, so hire someone that knows what they're doing, get advice from someone that really knows what they're doing. And number 10 is creative burnout is inevitable. Everyone experiences it at some point. That's just part of having a creative job. And no one's gonna love 100% of any job that they do. But being able to work through the creative burnout and being able to work through and push through those burnout moments that you're going to have, because it's inevitable, is the key to success. It's very important. That's what separates people who are very successful in this industry and people who are not. It's an easy industry to give up on when you're not seeing the results that you want to see, but remaining consistent and pushing through that burnout is very important. So those are 10 tips that I have for anyone that is thinking about becoming a content creator or is already on that journey of just starting to become a content creator. Let me know if you guys have any other questions or concerns or comments or anything. Leave them in the comment section of this video, and I will see you guys in part 4 of my new series. See you guys in my next video.